Most people believe they are harmed by events, words, or actions. They believe insults wound them, failure defines them, and loss diminishes them. The Stoics disagreed. They believed that nothing external has the power to damage your inner life unless you grant it permission. This idea is uncomfortable because it removes excuses. If nothing outside you can truly harm you, then your suffering must come from how you interpret events, not from the events themselves. Stoicism places responsibility where it belongs, on judgment. At the core of Stoic thought is a simple rule. External things do not disturb the mind. Opinions about them do. This rule changes everything. It means that while you cannot control what happens, you can control how you interpret it. And interpretation determines emotional experience. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about this discipline. As emperor, he faced betrayal, war, and constant pressure. Yet he trained himself to pause between event and reaction. In that pause, freedom existed. Seneca argued that people suffer more in imagination than in reality. Epictetus made it clear that insults, loss, and misfortune are powerless unless you internalize them. Modern life constantly invites emotional reactions. Social media thrives on outrage. Workplaces reward urgency. Relationships trigger insecurity. Without mental discipline, the mind becomes reactive, fragile, and exhausted. People feel attacked by disagreement, diminished by failure, and shaken by uncertainty. Stoicism teaches emotional insulation, not indifference, but resilience. When someone insults you, the Stoic asks whether the insult is true. If it is true, it is information, not an attack. If it is false, it is noise, not a threat. Either way, emotional disturbance is unnecessary. When failure occurs, the Stoic does not collapse into self-blame. Failure becomes feedback. When loss happens, grief is acknowledged but not allowed to destroy identity. Emotions are felt, but not obeyed. This distinction is crucial. Stoicism does not suppress emotion. It refuses to surrender judgment. The mental reframe is direct and demanding. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What judgment am I adding to this situation?" Often the pain comes not from the event, but from the story you tell yourself about it. Change the story, and the emotional weight changes. A practical exercise strengthens this ability. When faced with a disturbing situation, mentally describe it in neutral terms. Remove emotional language. Strip away interpretation. Describe only observable facts. This practice trains the mind to separate reality from reaction. Over time, you begin to notice a gap between stimulus and response. In that gap, you gain power. You respond deliberately rather than impulsively. You stop being emotionally hijacked by every inconvenience or insult. This does not make you passive. It makes you precise. You act when action is required. You speak when speech is useful. You remain silent when silence preserves dignity. Emotional energy is conserved and directed rather than wasted. The result is a form of inner invulnerability. Not because nothing bad happens, but because nothing external dictates your self-worth or peace. You become difficult to provoke, difficult to manipulate, and difficult to destabilize. The Stoic rule is simple, but its mastery is rare. Nothing can hurt you unless you decide it can. And once you understand this, you walk through life with a calm strength that few possess.